stadiums.
You don't have a second one. That one.
Liverpool 21s host PSV Eindhoven in their first group game. Well, head coach Barry Lewtas firmly believes that games against quality opposition from Europe provides the best possible experience and grounding for his young Reds to learn from. And Saturday, of course, in the Premier League 2 opener, a very young Liverpool under-21s did the club proud, beating Manchester City 3-1. So that will certainly get the confidence going for this one tonight. Delighted to be alongside in the company for the first time this season. Great to have him back as well. Great to have all you folks with us, wherever you may be, from all around the world with us as always for our live academy coverage this season. Hope you've had a fantastic summer with your family and friends. It is, of course, former Red, Neil Mellor.
Yeah, thanks very much, Steve. Looking forward to the game, and despite it still being classed as summer in August, it's still windy and cold as usual at Kirkby. But yeah, these are good games, really good games for the youngsters to play in, different sort of opposition, different sort of challenge. And what you find with these games is the opposition tend to be a little bit more settled in the team. You know, I think we'll see a number of changes again, and we see that a lot, don't we, at under 21 level compared to perhaps at under 18 level for Liverpool.
Right then, folks, as always, we will start with a closer check on today's lineups, and let's first of all have a look at Liverpool. I can tell you head coach Barry Lewtas has made 5 changes from Saturday's team against Manchester City. Jarell Quansah, who is stepping up from the under-18s this season, makes his first start at this level. So too does Kyle Kelly, also from the 18s, and there's also a debut for the under-21s for our 17-year-old goalkeeper, Cornel Miscure, who did so well last season. Youthful centre-back pairing who did so well at this level last season in Carter Pinnington, Amara Nallo. Great to see Tom Hill out there as well, fully fit again and hopefully getting stronger and stronger. Scored a great goal. And James Norris, you know what you get. What a fantastic professional James Norris is. He'll play anywhere for the team after that loan at Tranmere last year. We're looking forward to seeing Kieran Morrison, still only 17. He was brilliant for the under-18s last season, making the big step up this year to the 21s. As for the opposition, PSV, well, Alphonse Gronendijk in charge of their side. He makes 2 changes to the team that beat John Achterberg's old side Utrecht at the weekend in their league opener. Plenty of quality on the flanks, of course, with Ayodele Thomas, a Dutch under-17 international who used to be on the books of Arne Slot's former club at Feyenoord. And also on that right-hand side, the talented Israel under-20 international Tai Abed. You've got Tygo Land and Isaac Basadi, Dutch youth internationals in midfield. And then the young Turkish player, Emir Bars, just off the captain, Jesper Uneken, who will lead the line. So they have a lot of quality, this PSV side. They've reached the final of this trophy the last 2 years. They won it 2022-23 and they lost 1-0 to Crystal Palace in the final last season. But great to see Tom Hill out there. Big night as well for Cornel Miscure. As I say, still only 17, this young goalkeeper we signed from Hull. But talked about Tom Hill before. You know, what people tend to forget is how long this lad has been on the sidelines. He had that ACL injury which kept him out for about 18 months.
He's had some tough times, he really has, with the injuries he's had, and the mental strength he's shown to come back. He scored a cracking goal, didn't he, at the weekend against Manchester City. A great result for the lads as well, you know, to start the season really well, full of confidence. I think when you look at the lineup as well, it is very young. Like you say, there's a number of players with the transfer window open who may well be getting low moves and would have definitely strengthened this lineup tonight.
And as well, unfortunately, it's part and parcel of football. There is a few injuries of players who can't play. Josh Davidson hasn't kicked the ball over pre-season yet. Hopefully Josh will be back soon. We know how influential and indeed versatile a player Josh Davidson can be. Oakley Cannonier has had his injury problems. He can't play tonight, sadly, so that gives an opportunity to Jarell Quansah, who's been away with the USA youth squad and scored a fair few goals for them. Can he step up now at 21s level?
Yeah. We hope so, you know, we certainly hope so. It will be difficult, a different sort of challenge for these young players because they are still learning the game but also developing physically. You have to remind yourself that they are 2-3 years younger than some of the opposition players they're coming up against tonight.
And also don't forget Barry Lewtas still without Jayden Dans because of the back problem. You know, Trent Kone-Doherty has not kicked the ball all pre-season. he might have been one of those young players after impressing the last 2 years since arriving from Ireland. A lot of people were speculating, would he get a chance on the tour? Well, he picked up a little niggle towards the end of last season. He's working his way back. He is out on the field running again with Isaac Mabea. 2 good players, so, you know, hopefully they can get back in. You know, we still don't know what's going to happen with a number of these young players before the transfer window shuts in terms of loans, but the players that Barry Lewtas has at his disposal tonight, and look in there, spoken about Tom Hill, Kieran Morrison, you know, he was electric for the 18s last season, 13 goals, numerous assists. He started life well with the 21s.
I'll tell you what I really liked about Morrison last season. He's seen his mates, Dans and Koumas, progress to the 21s and even around the first team, and he's been the one to really try and keep going with the 80s, and he did. He was absolutely superb. Didn't let that disappointment put him off.
And Michael Laffey stepping up. We saw him step up towards the back end of last season with the 21s. You know, the Scouser, good competitor. Tommy Pilling will play as the 6th, the holding player. He played on the left side of the attack at the weekend. Did really well. Got an assist to his name. Good professionals. So interesting tests these. And as always, besides PSV, also in the group, Sparta Prague, Hertha, BSC and Nordsjælland as well. So all these games are played in England. They only play each other once, and this Premier League International Cup is in the 10th year, which pits 12 of England's best academy sides against the top 12 development teams from Europe. And as I say, they've done really well. Beaten finalists last year, they won it the year before, got a good tradition of bringing players through their academy to first team level PSV.
Yep, yeah, they've been in the final 3 times, like you say, the last 2 years and previously 8 or 9 years ago against Villarreal. So they do have good pedigree in this tournament. We've never been to the final, of course, yet. Maybe it can be our year this year.
Early touch of the goalkeeper Nick Sheeks out towards Michael Bresser, the Dutch under-17 international. They play quick football. They're pretty good on the counter-attack. Some of the Liverpool coaches were telling me. So that'll be a good examination for these boys, but Barry Lewtas always sets his teams out in really good fashion. Let's straight away the pace of Thomas here. Morrison doing his defensive duties to help Terence Miles deal with that threat.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this being a young under-21 lineup, but the back 4 in place for Liverpool, they played that last game, if you remember, against Spurs last season. Absolute cracking game, wasn't it? Ended up losing on penalties, unfortunately, but played ever so well. And so you're looking at the experience, you know, Norris certainly one of those. Miles as well, he's a real experienced campaigner out there, and to help some of the younger players in Piddington and Nallo.
Well, coming short there, Kyle Kelly. Kyle Kelly, by the way, is the one Liverpool player out there who's a full international. Made his international debut for St Kitts and Nevis last season at the age of 18.
Brilliant. Yeah, again, it's about development, isn't it, for these young players, experiences, and what better than playing international football?
Abed, the Israel Youth International, has support from Taigoland. Osadi. Here's Vessel Kun, switching it out towards Ayadeli Thomas, the 17-year-old. And of course, the one thing that PSV won't be used to is the famous Kirby windmills.
No. Yeah, I mean, what we have seen on a couple of minutes, haven't we? But comfortable in possession of the ball. I think they will be patient about Liverpool being organised, disciplined as well, doing the jobs and making sure that PSV don't find those spaces to try and hurt us.
Asadi. Michael Bresser. Here's Raf van der Rit, forward from fullback, and all of these players inside the PSV, they're all Dutch youth internationals.
Yeah.
Bresser. Van der Black.
I mean, you can see the patience, can't you? They have it in the left wing, and rather than thinking they want to cross the ball, they'll get it back to the centre halves, they'll get it to the right wing and back to the centre halves, now it's back at the goalkeeper, keeping the ball.
And that's the big difference, the big learning curve, isn't it, for some of these lads who are stepping up now from the under-18s to this under-21s team. They're not used to not having the ball, so Barry Lewtas was saying to me, it's a different experience we want these boys to have, to get used to not having the ball And you've got to find different ways to try and unlock the opposition.
Yeah, and not get too frustrated. You know, yes, they want to be on the ball, but it's about having that discipline, making sure that you're in the right position to help the team and working hard to win it back.
Yeah, Dominic Koumas on the bench. He was very influential in the win against City at the weekend after that loan spell in Switzerland. The Swiss Super League. He played a fair few games on loan there at Yerdon Sport. And was 1 or 2 on the bench, the likes of him and Lee Jonas, who's just come back from a long-term injury, actually. So they're on restricted minutes, so that's why they can't start. So Barry's got to shuffle the pack.
Yeah, both played at the weekend. You know, they were part of that victory against City. Like you say, I must admit, I haven't seen. Oh, here we go.
Oh, and Figueroa was nearly in there. He feels as though he was clipped. It was Kyle Kelly, actually, pressing Kyle Kelly around the edge of that penalty area.
Steve, it looked like there was contact there.
Figueroa. Laffy.
Well, the question is, if the ref doesn't see it, the liner's got to see it. For me, it felt like there was contact. You can see Tom Hill, he's having a word with the ref. How have you not seen it? That's where the liner has to help the referee.
We just heard Barry Lewtas and our effects Mike say exactly the same as you did. He says, how did you not see that?
Big call, big decision.
Yeah.
He's in on goal. It was a short back pass.
It was a mistake.
Yeah.
At the back, lapse in concentration. Now Cornel Miscure, born in Scarborough to Polish parents, had a terrific first season with the under-18s last year, following his arrival from Hull City.
Just got to be careful with those square passes. You could see that PSV were alert to intercept it. Big decision though, isn't it? Really big decision that the officials have missed early on in the game. And it happens. There are going to be errors from the officials. And this is, again, something that the players have to learn. It will happen not just at this level. It'll happen in the first team.
We're taking a lot of throw-ins and free kicks quickly, the Dutch side so far, here in Kirby.
We can't get a kick at the moment. But as much as they've kept the ball, that's our goalkeeper touched it.
I think you've hit the nail on the head before, Mills, that the key point is not to get frustrated for these young players. Thomas trying to get goal side of Terence Miles. Good defending there from Carter Pinnington.
Yeah, just covered his near post nicely as the cross came in.
Here is that earlier opportunity. You see, bit overplaying at the back, and
Kyle
Kelly's in here.
That.
I mean, Kyle Kelly's in, and that's a foul. He's clipped him. It's a foul.
Yeah, not quite the best camera angle for that one. Just sort of.
But you can see if he doesn't catch him, Kyle Kelly's in there 1v1.
Yeah, yeah. Can we do an age check on their goalie? Looks like he's going bald. Reminds me of David Raven back in the day.
Ravo, yeah, back in your team, yeah. He's only 20, Nick Sheeks. They actually played a more experienced goalkeeper, 28 on Friday. James Norris there, who had that loan spell at Tranmere Rovers last season after a difficult start. He did well in the second part of the season. Nigel Atkins gave him a chance. He did well. Good block by Laffy. And away by Norris again. Van der Black, the right back from PSV, Emmanuel van der Black, who joined PSV from Sammy Hoopier's old team, Willems 5. What a spot that was by the Colossus, our old chief scout Ron Yates, by the way, to get Sammy Hoopier from a team that probably not many people would have heard of at the time in Willems 5.
Brilliant, yeah, absolutely. What a lad, what a player he proved to be. Skipper as well. You know, and why he was such a great pro. He was captain, and he was all right with Stevie taking it off him. You know, some players would be a little bit upset by that with the old ego, but not Big Sammy. He was more than happy to let Stevie have the captain's armband.
So as I say, folks, all of these games are in England in this tournament. The top 2 from each group, and then the 2 best third-place teams make the quarter-finals. Bresser. Van der Black. Patient play by the away side here in Kirby. Oh, they're trying to hit Liverpool on the break with the pace of Thomas. Good covering there by Tommy Pilling. Now Morrison. Well, Tommy Pilling, the 17-year-old who has been at the academy since the age of 5, in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, getting back defensively. Yeah, good play there from Pilling from midfield. Decision to be made, wasn't it, with that ball over the top? I wondered if Muscure may go for it. Sometimes the goalkeeper may get a little bit lost in that situation. Stayed in his goal, and in the end let the players come back and deal with that situation well.
Figueroa, Kelly, Norris.
Good centre forward play. You know, the ball's gone up to Figueroa there. He's up against big centre half, and he gets his body in front and just looks after the ball nicely for Liverpool, and that's going to be important. You know, Liverpool haven't seen a lot of the ball in these early stages, so we have to keep it when we do get it.
He's such a great kid, Figgy, they call him, Jarell Figueroa. My big wish for him this year is an extended run of games, because the last few years he's been hit by injury problems which have really hampered his progress as an under-18 player. As I say, he turns 18 at the end of this month, and it will do his confidence the world of good getting that start tonight in a game like this.
Yeah, and he's a player who knows where the back of the net is, and like any centre forward, you want to be out there consistently, and then the goals will come. I mean, he was nearly in, wasn't he, for that early chance with that back pass.
Here's Vessel Kun. Van der Rit. Driving from midfield, Isaac Basardi. Stopped by Pilling. Laffy. Just after he lost possession, Michael Laffy. Could see maybe what was going to happen there.
Yeah, the shout from the bench was just do it a little bit quicker. You know, he got there initially. That slight delay, because these boys were a little bit older. We're on top of him very quickly.
Tego Land. Here's Tom Hill. Now 21, Tom Hill, the Liverpool skipper. Pennington. Kelly. Now a bit of space here for Laffy. Hill. Morrison. First opportunity here for the 17-year-old. Tom Hill made the run.
Oh, nearly. Yeah, really good position initially, wasn't it, from Tom Hill? Just in between the lines. Picks the ball up here, nicely on the half turn. And that's where you want Morrison, 1v1. Can you get the full-back? Recognises really good run from Hill, central. Just slightly overhit, but encouraging from Liverpool to try and get in behind that PSV defence.
Of course, great to have playing European opposition at Kirkby. It's something they're going to have on a regular basis with the return of the UEFA Youth League, Mel.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to be back in the Champions League, isn't it? You know, we missed it last season, Europa League for the first team. But it's back in its new format. Does anybody understand it yet?
Have you worked it out yet?
It's 8 games rather than 6.
Yeah. Some exciting games, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I don't like looking at a league knowing that I'm not playing everybody in it. And it's the same for these boys in this league. We've got United, Fulham and Norwich in this league.
No, but we don't play teams from our own country in this competition.
I know, but they look at the league and go, United, if we're top, United are second, and you want to play somebody in your league? Anyway, we'll see that in the Champions League this year.
Because that's what we always talk about. Being back in your day, when you played for Liverpool coming through the ranks, you didn't have what these boys had playing European opposition in competitive games, did you?
No, well, we'd always go on tours, European tours, wherever it would be, Spain, somewhere like that, and play against teams. But it wouldn't be as often as what these boys are getting those experiences, and they are invaluable. And more you're getting a lot of these Europeans, players from around the world coming into the English leagues, and you have to get used to playing against how different they can be.
Terence Miles. Bursting forward the Scouser, but got to be careful, out of position now, and Pilling having to cover it right back. Basardi. Kun Good work there by Figueroa.
I think also it helps the experience of playing against them at under-19 UEFA Youth League. So if you do get to play in Europe for the first team, you've had that little taster of playing against those sort of oppositions and these sort of games as well. You know, how many times have we done these games 5, 6 years ago, whatever it is? Maybe a Trent's played in it, maybe a Curtis Jones, and it will have helped them for when they have played in the first team against some of the European teams.
Good pressing again by Liverpool. Pilling. Nicely done by Tommy Pilling there, did really well.
It was a good play, wasn't it? 2, 3 PSV players around. Smart turn there, clever footwork. Wins the free kick for Liverpool.
Back with Cornel Miscure. And working it well here. This is Bars. Well stopped by Nallo, who had experience going away with the first team, didn't he? Amara Nallo. Kelly. Nallo again, who came in with Trey Nyoni. Nallo came in from West Ham United's academy last season. Started life in the 18s, quickly moved up along with Trey to the 21s.
Yeah, it was good to see so many of the academy players get minutes in pre-season. I mean, Trey Nyoni really caught the eye, didn't he, with some of his performances. Got himself a goal at Anfield. That was a nice moment against Sevilla as well.
Brilliant goal, wasn't it?
Great goal.
Thomas. Ty Abed, who came in 2021 from Harpel Tel Aviv. Working it well. This is Tego Land with a dangerous ball in. Half cleared. And Miles again with a double block.
Yeah, some good defending, but I thought he was offside initially. Flag never went up, and in the end it was Miles who had to defend the far post, and then there was a block in there, wasn't there? As the shot came in from PSV. I mean, as much as PSV have had loads of the ball, what have they created? Possession. How much purpose is there with that possession?
Just got to keep working hard, the boys, haven't they? Van der Rit. By the way, Mel, such is the cynical world of football sometimes. I want to give a big shout out to a great friend of ours, Neil Critchley, of course, who sadly lost his job only 2 league games into the season today at Blackpool. And Critch is a top bloke. I know he might even be watching this tonight, so if you're listening, we're all with you at Liverpool. We'll never forget that night you had in front of the Kop leading that Liverpool team when Curtis Jones captained the Reds and we won. Yeah,
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I mean, a shame because only just missed out on the playoffs last season in League One. Maybe high expectations there. Beaten heavily at home to Stockport. 2 games in. Yeah, still such a long way to go. Great coach. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back in the game soon.
Van der Rit. Pennington trying to keep an eye on the Turkey under-19 international here, Emir Baz. Land. Trying to drive on. Some clever play this by PSV. Good defending by Pennington again. Doesn't dive in. Just reading the game well, and that's all that matters sometimes.
Yeah, it was congested, wasn't it? On the edge of the box there as PSV tried to create an opening. But Liverpool defended the box really well to make sure there was no shot coming in to test Miscure.
Morrison trying to break away. Figueroa too, applying pressure against Raf van der Rit.
A couple of ex-Liverpool links with PSV, Steve. One very recently, played at the weekend against Ipswich. Can you get it? Too easy for you?
Here's Michael Laffey. Kelly. Oh, just played it the wrong side of Figueroa. If he played it in, Liverpool might have been in on goal there. Tom Hill.
Come on, find that final pass.
See what Barry Lewtas is saying there. That just that final ball. If that had been a touch better, Liverpool would have been in there.
Yeah, just looking for that little bit of quality when it's needed. That final ball can sometimes be the difference between an attempt or not.
And certainly against a team like this, isn't it?
It's difficult. Of course, it's been difficult this first 20 minutes for the Reds.
Of course, Cody Gakpo.
I knew you'd get it.
He had a terrific summer, by the way. He was brilliant, wasn't he, for the Netherlands?
Golden boot.
He was tremendous. Morrison gliding past opponents. This is what he can do on his day. But they double up on him. He did a few of them against Manchester City at the weekend, Morrison. Good from Tommy Pilling again.
Good tackle. Yeah, just stops the counter-attack, doesn't it, from PSV there. It didn't work on that occasion for Morrison, but it's always good to see if we can try and isolate Morrison 1v1 with the fullback. He will make something happen for Liverpool in the final third. I had another player lined up for you as well, ex-PSV, Liverpool. Sort of my time, just after 2005 Champions League, I think he arrived.
During your time, yeah. Wouldn't be Jan Kromkamp.
No.
He was there, wasn't he? He come on in the cup final, the Stevie G Cup final, Jan Kromkamp. What James Norris were defending to do here against Ty Abed. Likes to cut inside, and he's found the corner. Well, PSV have been dominant in possession, and the Israel Youth International, Ty Abed, plays on that right-hand side, loves to cut inside on his left, and to deadly effect.
Well, it's the opening goal. They've seen a lot of the ball, creating too many opportunities, and they've got the ball in the back of the net here, and sort of come from nothing. He comes inside here, you're thinking, we've done enough. Strikes it from outside the penalty area, and wasn't struck with great deal of power, just precision. Muscure tries to get there across to his left-hand side. It's just crept in off the post in the end. Can't quite manage to get there. And that is the opening goal.
Nice finish, wasn't it? To put the away side in front here in this group stage. First game in the Premier League International Cup. Michael Laffey was fouled there by Vessel Kuhn.
Good decision, referee. We'll take that one. Yeah, it's important that the boys don't get down from going a goal behind. Happy to get that one. I think PSV will be a little bit disappointed because it could have led to another opportunity for them. Come on, let's get that other player for Liverpool.
By the way, the evergreen Jay Spearing amongst the Liverpool bench tonight at the tender age of 35. Morrison, can he conjure up an equaliser? He's capable of it. Pilling. Hill. Kelly. Getting into a good position here, Kyle Kelly.
First corner we've had. Opportunity to get players forward. Decent delivery.
Young boy from Northampton, Kyle Kelly, came to Liverpool at the age of 13. Looking to really push on this season now. He had a good pre-season actually. He scored a fair few goals for the 18s. Making some good runs like that into the box.
Yeah, good.
So, Tommy Pilling with the Liverpool set piece here. Norris is forward. Scored a great header at the weekend, James Norris, by the way.
Collector's item.
It's a beauty. But now danger. Bars. Offside against Ayodele Thomas.
Yeah, regrouped well there, Liverpool. Looked it could have been a nervy moment as PSV tried to get forward from our own corner.
You know, one player I was going to ask you about, Mel's, who we always say with the academy, if you can't play for Liverpool, then it's nice to see the lads going elsewhere and doing really well. I think you could include Cameron Brannigan in that one. A lot of you folks will remember him playing under the team under Neil Critchley and Michael Beale. He's a big success. He's gone to Oxford United. It was a major part of them getting promoted, and he scored for Oxford on the opening day.
Yeah. Did he score 4 pens in a game? Was that
scored 4 pens in one game?
Was that last season? Well, yeah, he's having a good career for himself, absolutely. Always did well at the academy. Didn't work out at Liverpool for him, but yeah, I mean, Oxford in the Championship now, and he's a big part of that team for them.
I used to like commentating on Cameron Brannigan and made up for him. It's great. It's great seeing the lads do well elsewhere. And
well, there's plenty out there having careers for themselves.
Yeah.
Like you say, a number of links to back at the academy, and grateful to the coaching they've had and the time here.
Well, look at Liam Miller, was excellent last season at Preston. He's back in the Championship now with Hull City.
Yeah.
And he's a full international now for Canada.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, had a good chat with Liam, and a bit frustrated because he wanted to play further up the pitch. You know, the way that it was with Preston, it wasn't to be, but at Hull he may get that opportunity.
Yeah, he led the line that night, didn't he? We were talking about Critch before against Shrewsbury. He was up front, Liam Miller. With Nico Williams at right back, who got the assist. And
another one, Nico.
Nico, a Premier League regular at Nottingham Forest.
Doing great there.
It's great to see.
Connor Cody, another one.
Yeah, he's injured at the moment. I think he might get a chance under our former coach, Stevie Cooper. Great to see Coops out there as well. He didn't get a look in at Leicester last year, Connor, when he came back from Everton. Enzo Maresca has now gone to Chelsea, just didn't play him, but he might get a chance under Coops. Morrison, tricky skills. He's done really well, battling away. Bit unfortunate there, really. But now they try and break again. The Dutch side. Thomas. Basadi.
Thought that was good from Laffy, just to get back and help Miles. Otherwise, it's 1v1. Helps his full-back out to make it defensively more secure.
Thomas going all the way. Trying to get away from Nallo.
A little bit of a nervy moment. I think Nallo sort of pulls out of the challenge. He recognises that if he commits himself to it, he could be conceding a penalty. And in the end, it was a heavy touch from the PSV front man. Here we go, this one. Just knows he's got to pull out of that one.
Do you remember a game we did last season when Liverpool in this competition, we played Benfica's B team? And that was a good Benfica team. They had some good players.
Yeah.
They were a lot stronger, a lot older than what we were. And they've got a lot of older players than us tonight, that is for certain. But we stayed in the game and we got a draw out of it in the end, didn't we?
Yeah. McConnell got the goal.
Yeah.
But these are good games. You know, there's going to be games where Liverpool dominate the ball.
Yeah, that's a good shout, that. James McConnell scored, and then he went on to outshine Fernandes and Caicedo at Wembley. Love it.
That was amazing.
Love it.
It was a great year, wasn't it, for the academy, to see so many get an opportunity. I think we thought that would be the case with the Europa League, but to see them play in the cup final was incredible. And to beat Chelsea like that, magnificent.
Norris. Can he get a good ball in? It's not bad. Figueroa lurking in there.
It's not a bad ball, Steve. He's put the ball into an area and Figueroa was trying to wriggle away from the defender. We worked the ball out to this left-hand side. Norris, with a delivery he's capable of, puts it into that near post. I think he just does enough, the defender. I think Figueroa's trying to get there. Defender does just enough to put him off. I'm going to give you one more clue for that PSV ex-Liverpool player as well. he won a domestic cup with Middlesbrough.
Oh, wow. Tremendous scenes. Bolo Zenden, who played in the Champions League final for us, that.
There we go. There we go. PSV and Liverpool. Links.
Yeah, Bolo, yeah. He's a good lad, him, at Liverpool, Bolo Zenden. PSV leading by a goal to nil and threatening to conjure another one up here. Liverpool just got to try and stay in the game. And a ball in, and the skipper, Jesper Unaken, on the end of it, the 20-year-old, has got an eye for goal. The PSV skipper.
There's a chance. There certainly is a chance, isn't it, for the front man to double the advantage for PSV. Finds himself a little bit of space inside the penalty area. Awkward height. As the ball comes in, slight deflection. Tries to readjust his body and can't quite guide it goal bound, but found that bit of space inside the area.
Oh, Unaken with a gift, really. And it's 2. Well, he threatened before. And a little bit of miscommunication there. And an unfortunate ricochet. And the Dutch team take a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate the way it forced him. I think the Liverpool players are looking at the line-out to say there's a player offside. Was he interfering? I think that's where you've just got to play to the whistle. You can see he looks like he stood in an offside position. Falls really kindly, doesn't it, to Unaken in the end. And as Miscure comes out, tries to make himself nice and big to make the save.
And of course, no VAR in these games, which we don't want.
No.
Well, the goal stands too now.
When it comes from the lads trying to play out, we give it away in that sort of area, and in the end, PSV punish us.
Tommy Pilling putting a lot of work in that midfield, but you can see the way they've started. They've gained confidence. You can see why they've had a settled team, and they've done well, PSV, in this tournament. Crystal Palace, who Liverpool beat, of course, in the end-of-season playoffs last season, beat PSV in the final at Selhurst Park. Figueroa trying to work hard up there, but goals from Tai Abed and Jesper Unaken. And PSV threatening again, but this time Cornel Miscure gets across.
Yeah, I think one thing we found difficult in the opening half an hour of this game, obviously with 2 goals behind, PSV have seen majority, if not all the ball, just creating chances, to cause problems for that PSV defence. The only one I can think of is what was a big moment in the game, 4th minute. Could it have been a red card? Should it have been a red card? Sometimes you need that little bit of luck. Big decisions going your way. It's gone against Liverpool, but we haven't really offered a great deal in the final third to really trouble PSV.
There they come again. Thomas. Nallo is there. Laffy made the challenge. Bressa. Abed. Van der Black. And Carter Pinnington, the 17-year-old, has been at the club since under-7 level. Young boy from Bebington in Wirral, who did so well moving up to the 21s last season.
Yeah, real test for the boys, isn't it? Found it difficult this first half. 2 goals behind. It's difficult out there, but this is where the mentality is stay in the game. Just stay in the game.
Bressa. Van der Rit. There's Tom Hill. Back defending for Liverpool. By the way, a big birthday shout from an Academy regular tonight, Andy Kelly. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Guess where he is? He's not in the pub. He's not in a restaurant. He's here watching the Reds.
Yeah.
Like a good Red.
Pub was my second choice. Academy was my first.
Absolutely.
Or Melwood.
Yeah. Vessel Kun to Thomas. And a real test for Terence Miles. Very direct and pacey. Dago Land. Got to be careful not to get overrun a bit here, haven't they?
I think that's frustration. Yeah, I think Pilling just sort of knowing what he's doing there. Liverpool not seeing much of the ball, and in the end just committing the free kick. I think maybe a bit fortunate. It would just be a word from the referee rather than anything else. Long way out.
So Isaac Basardi, the Dutch under-18 international. And a big gap opens up again here. Basardi, chance, bars, good save by Cornel Miscure.
Yeah, has to make the save, but was there a free kick for Liverpool in the build-up? That's how PSV won the ball back. Break very quickly.
Now, Tego Land. Well, that easily could have been 3-0, but Liverpool's young goalkeeper did well, Neil Mellor.
Yeah, I just wondered if this was a foul or not. Miles plays the ball up, and you can see the defender comes right through. I think it's Laffy, isn't it? He was asking the question. Good movement. Gets away from Pinnington there towards the far corner. It's a good save in the end from Miscure to stop PSV going 3-0 up.
Kelly. Pinnington. Hill. Pilling. Good pressing by Laffy. And again, Michael Laffy. Brilliant play by the young man. Figueroa.
Great play from Laffy, you have to say. The determination to win the ball, win the tackle. I'm not sure the ball was meant for Figueroa. I think he was looking for Kelly on that far post. Wonder if there was maybe a shout towards Figueroa. He wasn't sure what was behind him. But that was great determination, wasn't it? There we go. Putting them under a little bit of pressure, forced a mistake, wins the first one, fully committed for the next one. Heads up, you can see somebody's in a better position. Figueroa trying to take the touch, but I think it was Kelly just behind him who may have been in that better position.
Pilling. You have to say as well, at times PSV, you can hear Barry Lewtas getting frustrated on the bench with Jay Spearing. They've been quite cynical when Liverpool have tried to get counter-attacks going.
Yeah, and again, it's that sort of little bit more experience. You know, a number of these players play in a competitive league. The Dutch, what is it, the second division, whatever they call it over there, where they play the B teams, right, the reserve team football. And they're getting to play against senior players, and they're getting that experience, that sort of...
Because they call it PSV Young, don't they? Which basically defines as their second team.
Yeah, they're B team, but predominantly a lot of young players with maybe one or two of the older lads. A lot of these lads will play in that team.
So Tego Land getting a yellow card for that challenge. Kelly. That's a nice reverse pass. Bars. There's Abed who got the first goal. Nallo to the rescue. Was on the bench for the first team in that FA Cup night against Southampton at Anfield last season when Louis Koumas scored, Danzi got 2. Trey Nyoni come on for his debut.
What a night that was.
Amazing.
I mean, Southampton got promoted in the end. Real strong side in the Championship. And to perform the way the young lads did was magnificent.
So good, wasn't it?
Proud night for everybody involved at the academy.
Yeah, I won't forget that for a while. It was great to see. Pilling.
Koumas is in the Championship now, isn't he? On loan at Stoke, of course.
Nice play this, Terence Miles. Liverpool trying to win a corner. Good overlap play there from Miles.
Yeah, worked it well down the right-hand side. Miles and Morrison, a little bit of combination play.
Now 19, Terence Miles. He's the nephew of a former Liverpool forward at the academy, John Miles, who now takes our under-11s there.
He was a year older than me. What a good attacking player Miles he was. Really good player.
Kieran Morrison to swing the corner in. Good ball, actually, and Sheiks did well. Pilling! Couldn't get the range.
But it goes down as our first chance, only chance of the first half. Ball comes to the edge of the penalty area. It's a decent first touch because he sets himself for the shot. Pillinger's first contact is the goalkeeper's. Nice first touch. Can he hit the target? Just over the top.
So 5 minutes to the break. Barry Lewtas knew his team were in for a tough test tonight. This is a good PSV side. As I say, they've been together for a good while now, this team. And you can tell that.
Yeah, you can see. And yes, it's under 21s, but you do have to remind yourself just how young this group is for Liverpool and how many players could potentially play. You know, the window's open. Mentioned about a few who may well get loan moves, who would have been out there tonight and certainly caused PSV a few more problems.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say after the window shuts next week that Barry Lewtas will have a fair idea what the majority of his under-21 squad is going to be between now and January.
That's one of the challenges he has, isn't it? You know who he has available for the game, who needs minutes. You know,
a lot of competition for the players because again we're in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Got a Crewe Alexandra away the first game next week. We're also in a group with Blackpool and Harrogate Town. Kyle Kelly getting a yellow card for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a good.
By the way, we've not entered that other competition where teams compete. Academy teams are going to compete with non-league teams, so we've not entered that one.
Okay. But the EFL Trophy, it's great to see the lads win last season. What was it, Morecambe away? That was a good one.
Superb.
That was a good one. 3-0.
Really good.
First win in that competition.
Yeah.
Everton 21s beat Tranmere last night. Did you see that one?
1-0
down they were.
Yeah.
1-3-1. United were 2-0 down at Barnsley. They won 3-2. So let's hope the lads can get a victory or two this year, innit?
Yeah, good test, good examinations, different styles.
Senior players.
Onaken, Nallo with a strong challenge. Nallo to the rescue.
Senior players who will not want to get beat to an under-21 team.
Now Van der Riet. Thomas.
Played Blackpool in it last year, didn't we? Was it 5-2? Big win in the end.
Yeah, Blackpool scored 3 late goals.
Yeah.
85 minutes.
Flattered them the scoreline. Flattered them,
yeah.
Never a 5-2 game, that.
Laffy chasing further forward for Liverpool here. Norris with the header. Hill.
Well, after I said about the PSV goalkeeper age check, he's not touched it since, has he? Yeah, he's been very quiet this first half.
Laffy comes in with a challenge again. Let's talk about another Liverpool player who had some injury problems. Oakley Cannoneer, real shame for Oaks. He's a good lad, hoping he can get back fit and show what he can do. Because it'd be a real asset for Barry Lewtas to have available in the squad. We've seen he can score goals. It's quick. As ever, when a player has some injury problems, you just hope they can get beyond it and get back again.
Yeah.
And we wish him all the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, he's a quick player. Can be the difference in any game. Knows where the back of the net is. Had a good goal scoring record.
Tom Hill. Good kick, actually, to pick out the run of Norris. Now Kyle Kelly in a bit of space. Did well. He made some good forward runs playing in a pretty unfamiliar position, Kyle Kelly.
Yeah, he's won another set piece for Liverpool. Gives an opportunity to try and get a goal back and finish the half strongly.
So, closing in on half-time. And the likes of a Carter Pinnington, Nallo, Norris, as we said, is good in the air from these deliveries. Can Pilling produce a good one? Been a tough old half, Mel's, hasn't it, in truth?
Yeah, it has. You know, we were full of confidence and enjoyed the victory against City at the weekend, beating them 3-1 at this level.
Played very well as well. Some good goals.
But we knew it was going to be difficult. PSV a lot older than our group out there. And it has been the case this first half.
Only 1 minute of added on time at the end of the half. In the opening game of the Premier League International Cup. For Liverpool, as I say, also in the group, Hertha from Berlin in Germany, of course, Sparta Prague and Nordjylland. So some good different opposition for the boys to play against.
And if not, maybe the toughest to start with. You mentioned about PSV. They're in the final last year, final the year before. We need to be strong, and certainly are at 21s level. Yeah, tough opening game for the lads, but there'll be a team talk at half-time. And hopefully we can see a little bit more going forward in the final third to try and cause PSV some problems.
So the half-time whistle has gone then here at the Kirkby Academy, and it's been a tough half, no doubt about that, as far as Liverpool are concerned. Trailing 2-0 to a very good PSV Eindhoven second team. Ty Abed, the young Israeli, cutting inside onto his favoured left foot to score the opener, and then after a bit of a deflection in the end, Jesper Uneken grabbed through to score and make it 2. Cornel Miskul making a good save to stop it going to 3-0. But Liverpool had a big chance themselves early doors when Kyle Kelly looked like he was clean through. He was fouled, nothing was given. Fine lines, small margins in these games, isn't it? But half-time here at the Kirkby Academy, it is Liverpool 0, PSV 2.
In pre-season, because you're together for so long, people turn ruthless. Jota is a horrible man when it comes to fights.
How did it feel scoring a penalty and then winning the trophy?
Honestly, I was so scared because everyone just kept scoring and I thought, oh no.
You were asking me that I could play you even more, but I would say you were not fully fit.
There was a pair of football boots on the side. They were Kenny's. And he said to me, you can have them.
Put that jersey on with the history of that jersey and the players that wore it before me. I think that was great.
It was such a bad injury that the doctor thought I wouldn't play again. I knew I wouldn't be the same player I was in terms of a flying wing and doing all the great things.
The judge goes and sentences you to 90 days in jail. I thought, well, that's it. Time at Liverpool's over.
I didn't have any money, Queen's Park were paying me 18 quid a week, but you know what, I enjoyed it.
Is there something you can tell us about that final that we don't know?
I have seen a lot of lies.
Nunes is away, and he's got support as well from Soberslai. Nunes, who wins the ball back fairly for now, according to Simon Hooper, has found Soberslai, who finishes the game off. Such a big, important player for Liverpool.
Liverpool, 1st of September 1892. The beginning of the football season. Everyone's at the newly built Goodison Park, but one man is notably absent. Today, John Holding, Anfield landlord, brewer, businessman, and now ex-president of Everton FC, puts his reputation on the line. In a local house, in a makeshift changing room, his new team prepares. Assembled in weeks, they are Holding's greatest gamble. Liverpool Football Club, defiant in blue and white, takes to the pitch for the first time, with not even 100 people watching. Liverpool choose to attack the Anfield Road end. Holding ceremoniously kicks off, and he's barely left the pitch when Loudmouth Miller scores the club's first ever goal. No one expected that, but this is a team of Scotsmen chosen for their mastery of the ball. Captain Andy Hanna, former Everton skipper and master tactician, marshals his men. James McBride, tiny but nimble, is a Blair at right back. Funny man Malky McVean dances across centre field. Duncan, the Wall McLean, stops Rotherham Town dead. The team of Max thunders to a 7-1 victory. Holding's boldest venture is paying off beautifully. And the rest, well, it's history.
What a touch by Leanne Kiernan, by the way. Missy Beaucairns, it's Leanne Kiernan. Sophie Roman Hall in the centre. Can she find her? She can! She gets the goal! Sophie Roman Hall! Superb! That is the icing on the cake! Back and everybody, so a frustrating half for Liverpool's youngsters against a good PSV Eindhoven team in the Premier League International Cup. And we have to give credit where credit's due, but they have looked a quality team.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a difficult first half for the young Reds. I think you would say perhaps they were clinical. They didn't create loads of chances. They saw lots and lots of the ball. And it was frustrating for Liverpool because we didn't see a great deal of it and didn't have too many chances ourselves. So PSV very much in control of that first half. And
I guess a bit of a talking point as far as Barry Lewtas would be concerned is that 0-0, Kyle Kelly looks to be going clean through. He's clipped, nothing given.
Massive moment in the game. Yeah, it was very early on in the opening 5 minutes of the game, but sometimes you need that little bit of luck where the big decisions go your way, and it didn't for Liverpool. Massive moment. It could quite easily have been a red card. I thought at the time, my initial instinct was red card. The referee, I don't think the referee saw it. Not too sure his position was too good, and he didn't see it, couldn't give it. Had he have seen it, I think the PSV defender was in trouble. I think that would have been a red card. And as good as they'd been first half, playing with 10 men, would maybe not have shown as much control as what we did see from them.
So then let's have a look back at the goals as they went in. I mean, PSV, as you might imagine for a European team coming here to play against Liverpool, they're very good at keeping the ball and good build-up play. It's Ty Abed, the young Israel youth international, with the goal. This is what he likes doing onto that left foot. Yeah,
he's cut in from that right-hand side, and as the Liverpool defenders have tried to get back defensively into the penalty area, he's just come into the space, and you're just hoping that perhaps there'll be a defensive midfield player coming back to support the defence. There isn't, and that allows him to get the shot away. He hasn't struck it with a great deal of pace, but what he has done is precision. Found it right in the corner. It's come off the post. Miscure's at full stretch, can't quite get there, and that was the opening goal.
And it has to be said, a Liverpool team without a number of regulars who might have played tonight. The likes of Trent Kone-Doherty, Isaac Mabea are battling the way back from injury, of course. They are both running again. The likes of Josh Davidson, Jayden Dans, Oakley Cannoneer, they all remain on the sidelines and are not available. There's a few other players who might have played. We don't know what's going to happen to them in terms of loans between now and the end of the window. So Barry Lewtas is a little bit restricted in terms of his squad. I mean, young Trey Nyoni is training with the first team. It's such a bright talent, isn't he? And I'm certain he'll probably get some more game time for the 21s as the season goes on. But then, just when Liverpool were hoping in this one to stay in the game, then a bit of a wicked deflection, and they went 2-0 up. Jesper Unaken got the goal.
Yeah, it was fortunate. The way it did fall to him. Liverpool looking to play out from the back, and if you are going to look to play out from here, There are going to be errors at times, and unfortunately for Liverpool, it was on this occasion. Intercepted here. We give the ball away. Question marks. Was the PSV attacker in an offside position? Did it affect the defenders? We're not sure, but that slight moment of switching off. The striker didn't. He was alert, Unnecken, and took it away nicely as Muscure came out to try and make himself big. Actually got a hand to it. Nearly saved it. But in the end, it was a clinical finish from the front man to make it 2-0.
But I think, as you said before, Mels, it's a difficult game. It's a good team, this. They've got good pedigree in this competition. They won it the year before, beaten finalists last year, so you know what you're up against. It's a good experience for some of these young lads. I mean, for Jarell Figueroa, Kyle Kelly, both making their first starts for the 21s in this game against a team like this, is an invaluable experience, isn't it? Good and bad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ultimately, it's about learning. It's about developing, and if you're playing against older lads, a little bit more experienced, you can certainly learn a great deal.
Yeah, we just see here, Wellerty Lucky will be very much part of the 21s this season. Great to see Lee Jonas back, the 20-year-old Scouser, of course, after his injury problems. I'm hoping he can again have an injury-free run now.
Yeah, he played at the weekend, didn't he? And that really good win for the 21. So as much as tonight's been a disappointing first half, it was a great start to the season. In Premier League 2 to beat Manchester City, and obviously Jonas, who's had his own injury problems himself. Great to see him play in that game.
Yeah, Renell Young as well, who played as a number 9 at the weekend. He'll step up from the under-18s to the 21s. He missed a lot of football last year through injury, so for him it's a bit of a fresh start again, stepping up at this level.
Yeah, and we may see a couple of them on at the second half.
And the Wand, he's one of our favourites, Dominic Koumas, who scored a great goal at the weekend, now 21. The Scouser, as I say, had a loan, very successful loan, did well actually, played a number of games, got a few assists there in the Swiss Super League with Jurgen Sport last year.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, it was quite an unusual loan. Yeah, fair play. It's a brave move to go to a country, a league that perhaps not many of us are that aware of.
He said he loved it, and asked him.
Fair play. He's gone there and made it a success. Done well at the weekend, a goal and assist. He's on the bench tonight. I think we'll see him at some point. Again, he'll be in that bracket, won't he? Of a number of players this window that may well go out on loan and experience more senior football.
Don't forget, folks, more live football coming your way. Don't forget all more live football, more than ever before this season. Stick with us here on LFC TV Go and across all of our platforms, bringing you live football. Mark Bridge Wilkinson's under-18s play their first home game this Saturday. They take on Middlesbrough. Kickoff is 12:30. Join us at 12:25 this Saturday lunchtime for some lunchtime football. We've seen a few boys, of course, who made the step up from the under-16 team quite early last year to play for the 18s. It was a tough opening day for them. Tough defeat against Derby, but hopefully the boys can bounce back on home soil this weekend. I remember the game against Middlesbrough on the back pitch at the academy last season. Kieran Morrison got a hat-trick, scored 2 absolute net busters with that left foot.
In a win?
3-1, got a hat-trick.
Yeah, great season. Yeah, great season for him. And I think what you found with the under-18s, a number of players who could have featured ended up progressing very quickly. I think of the likes of Koumas and Dans, who could have probably got 40 goals from last season if he stayed in that level.
Jayden Dans started last season with Lewis Koumas in the under-18s team.
Yeah.
And then forward to February, they're in the squad at Wembley.
Well, they both scored in the first team last season.
That doesn't happen that much these days.
But to score as well in that FA Cup game against Southampton, absolutely incredible. The speed of the development, they were ready and did very well. But the reality is, Dante's now obviously suffered an injury. Koumas is out on loan. They had great highs last season, and it's how they sort of can they get there again? A little bit of a step backwards with an injury and a loan, but then can they get there again?
I mean, with young Jayden Dans, he's got time on his side. He only just turned 18 at the start of this year, so he's still young and he's just got a bit of a back problem. But some young players experience back problems growing up. I mean, Stevie G had his fair share of back problems.
Well, in my first year at Liverpool when I was 16 and I signed on, I was out for 7 months. And what you would say is just listen to what the physios and the medical department say. You're desperate to get back. Of course you are. You're a young player. You want to be out there playing. I'm sure Danzy will be the same. Just listen to what the medical department have to say, because it will help him for longevity in the game, so he's not breaking down when he comes back. So if it is 3 months, 2 months, whatever it may be, 4 months, he's just got to do the right things, no shortcuts, and he'll come back a better player now.
Tell you what, folks, in terms of the future's bright, I was at the academy last week for the Under-15 Merseyside International Cup. It was a great tournament, teams from all over the world, and included in that, in the group stage, a Liverpool Under-15 team beat Borussia Dortmund twice. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we've got 2 wingers in that team. Not going to name names for obvious reasons just yet, because they're young, they're under-15 players. But the 2 of the quickest lads that I've seen at the academy in a long, long time. Unbelievable. They're exciting to watch, so I'm going to keep an eye on their progress, and you never know what can happen. I mean, a lot of young players, there's a few under-15, under-16 players who played for the 18s last season, so the key is, and Mark Bridge-Wilkinson, the 18s boss, Alex Inglethorpe, our academy director, always says to these players on the training ground, be ready, no matter what your age.
Well, there's a lot of exciting talent, we know that. And what you would say is there is a pathway at Liverpool. We've seen young players get that opportunity. Great things going on at the academy, starting obviously at the top with Alex Inglethorpe. So many great coaching staff around him to help nurture and develop these young players.
I mean, there's no doubt about it at all. Last year it was a truly incredible year for the academy, from all the staff and the players, everybody connected with the academy. That day at Wembley was special. It doesn't happen that often. It really doesn't. I mean, you go back to your day, there was 1 or 2 players that you played with who we talk about now, we feel could have played for Liverpool, just didn't get that opportunity at the time for whatever reason. You know, but with Jurgen going, it's a new era under our new head coach, Arne Slot, and in many ways, it starts again for these young players, and you've got to keep on impressing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a clean slate in many ways.
Yeah, and you know, if they keep impressing, the manager, the coaching staff, they just can't ignore. If you are regularly, consistently working hard on the training pitch, showing you can cope around some of the senior players, and when you get the game time, whether it be 21s, 19s, UEFA Youth League, whatever it may be, you're out there showing the right sort of attitude and trying to contribute to the game and being the player who really does stand out.
I mean, for example, Trey Nyoni at the moment, who is training with the first team squad. We saw him in America, impressed Arne Slot. When we saw him in that end of season playoff game against Tottenham, and Tottenham had some experienced players out there. He stood up at the age of 16 then, before he turned 17 in the summer, and he was one of the best players on that pitch that day, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That offers encouragement for the future.
A lot of excitement around him. It's about the mental side of things a lot as well. You know, keeping his feet on the ground, and he's around the first team. He went to Portman Road, around the first team, experiencing the match day, the first Premier League game of the season. Okay, didn't get on the pitch or be there in terms of on there, but he's part of it. You know, really did impress in pre-season.
As Liverpool get ready to come out there for the second half in front of a couple of Merseyside celebrities, legendary local photographers, Nick Taylor, the academy photographer, and Mr. Propaganda himself, Dave Rawcliffe. That's his company name, by the way.
Yeah.
Good snappers.
Nick's been there a long time.
Oh,
I've got pictures from me playing from Nick. Great pictures, by the way.
Yeah. Hope he give you them for free. So, Liverpool back out then for the second half here. And PSV leading 2-0. But again, as we always say, folks, these are great tests, examinations. Playing against teams like this, you've got to keep cool heads in these situations. Can this Liverpool team get the next goal? I'm sure the likes of Barry Lewtas and Chase Spearing would have said to the boys, look, stay in it. Can you get the next goal? There's been 1 or 2 half opportunities which might have produced something for us.
Well, they are still in the game at 2-0. Absolutely. You know, the next goal will change the momentum of the game. How will PSV react? You know, maybe if they are a little bit complacent, thinking it's a little bit too easy, then we can turn the momentum of this game our way.
Abedi. But straight away they've got a man over here as Babardi breaking through midfield. Thomas in the penalty area. Got to be careful here. Laffy did really well. Takes control of the situation. And then Miscure grabs the loose one.
Well, immediately on the attack, weren't they, PSV there? just wondered, was it the right ball? The weighted ball out to that left-hand side. Didn't make the most of what looked a promising attack for them.
Came in from Andy Robertson's old club, Cornell Miscure, at the start of last season from Hull City.
What a buy that was.
Oh, amazing.
Incredible. What was it, 6-8 million quid? Under 10 million pounds to get what proved to be one of the best left backs in world football.
Laffy and Figueroa pressing there. Van der Black. Good covering there. James Norris, now 21. The Scouser. Tom Hill trying to break away. This is good for Tom Hill, you know, it's a big step that for him. He's not done that for quite a while, playing on Saturday and then playing a few days later in the midweek. So for his fitness, he's taken a massive step tonight.
And I just hope he can get through it, okay? I wonder if he'll get the full game or maybe he'll have to go off at some point in the second half.
Vessel Kun. Thomas. And now Figueroa, can he break? He's been fouled, but Tom Hill might get in there. Till, and the goalkeeper saves at his feet. Good advantage by the referees. A couple of cynical fouls by the PSV players again, but Tom Hill was nearly in.
Yeah, well, I think PSV wanted one initially, didn't give it. I think we wanted one which wasn't given, and was it just a heavy touch in the end from Tom Hill? Otherwise, he could have been in on goal.
That's typical Tom Hill run, isn't it? Driving in, getting on the end of things. Good covering there by Nallo. And good defending by Terence Miles under pressure from Thomas.
I just wondered as well with Tom Hill, was there a slight nudge? This was the first one for the free kick. Is it a foul? Not sure. That's a foul, but because Tom Hill's in, I just wondered, was there any kind of contact there? And maybe not enough, maybe he expected it. I have to say the goalkeeper was off his line very quickly.
Nallo. You have to say that Liverpool under-21s head coach Barry Lewtas does a terrific job. You know, he always gets the best out of the players. Again, from one game to the next, you know, he's got to make numerous changes. 5 changes today already, straight into the season. He does a great job getting the best out of these players. And here's Figueroa, some nice charging through midfield. Tom Hill. Morrison in towards Figueroa.
Yeah, bright play from Liverpool. Really was good to see the red shirts pouring forward to try and get on the end of this attack. It starts with the goalkeeper. Good play from Pillin. Really good ball forward, wasn't it? Nice little layoff in midfield there. Driving run from Tom Hill. It's just that final ball coming in the end, a little bit too inviting for the goalkeeper.
Now Thomas on the counter for PSV. Babadi. Still Babadi. Unekin. And Pilling got back at him. Kyle Kelly trying to push on. Abeid. A lovely skill by Bars, the Turkish player. Babadi! And again, and it's 3. Isaac Babadi finishes it off after the initial save by Cornell Miscure to make it 3-0 to PSV. Unfortunate because of the way Liverpool had started the second half brightly.
Yeah, it's 3-0 now to PSV. I thought he should have scored a little bit earlier in the build-up. You know, we missed the tackle there on the edge of the penalty area. I thought he took too long there. It's a good save. Just gets away from Muscura as he tries to reclaim it. And in the end, the momentum of Babadi takes him into the path of the ball, and he finishes it with an empty goal in the end. I think you've got to win tackles there. Losing tackles in that area allows him to drive towards the goal. In the end, he does get a bit fortunate the way it comes back to him. Should have scored before it. Muscura makes a good save, and he gets a second chance to put it away.
Figueroa trying to charge forward. Kelly supporting him. Good skill again. Good tackle by Carter Pinnington. Hill. Kelly. He's got to keep at it, Mels, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. You get these nights occasionally, games during your career where it really is difficult. Keep your head, keep doing the right things, keep working hard.
And now, the fellow who scored the first goal, Ty Abed. Just a bit too far for Thomas. He'll continue the run. Babadi. Thomas again. And Kieran Morrison left a frustrated young man as PSV get the set piece.
Yeah, just I think one thing you look at when the score is like this and it's not your night, don't want to see any of the lads feeling sorry for themselves. None of their heads down. They've got to keep going. Got to keep going, doing it for themselves, doing it for them, for the team. Sometimes learn a little bit about yourself as a player when things aren't going your way. So as frustrated and disappointed as they are, just got to keep their heads together and make sure it doesn't get any worse.
Oh, free at the back post, Oneken.
Well, we're fortunate he had a poor first touch. Because if he has a decent first touch, the space he has, that could well be 4-0. They work it well to the far post. The space he has at the far post. No Liverpool shirt anywhere near him. It's a poor first touch, a decent touch. And I think he gets a better effort at goal. It bounces up, it hits him on the chest. Then we can try and put him under pressure. Gets the finish wrong.
Nallo. Thomas. Oneken.
I just wonder if Jay Speary might be tempted to get out there just to help some of the young lads when they need that sort of leader out there, that little bit of experience. Another attempt in the end from PSV. It's blocked, isn't it, behind for the corner.
So the Turkey under-19 international, Emir Baz, to float one in. Wicked deflection in there, and Amara Nallo got it away. It's got back to Baz again. Nallo again with a telling touch. Thomas, good challenge from Pilling. Figueroa. Morrison might get there, you know. Here is the Northern Ireland under-19 international. Morrison. Hill. Can he get a shot away? Tom Hill! Good try.
Yeah, well done, Morrison. Yeah, he wasn't favourite to win the ball, but he made it his own. Liverpool breaking, using the pace he has on the counter-attack. Pilling wins the tackle in the end. Nice little ball out in the end to Morrison, and he does really well. you know, because he's 1v1 with the defender. He's waiting for the support. He needs support to get up there. Eventually it arrives. He makes it out to Tom Hill. And an effort at goal. Don't trouble the goalkeeper, but nice to see an effort going in at goal.
And it's also good from Hill, from a fitness levels perspective. We spoke about that before. He was at right back when that move materialised, and the next thing he nearly ends up on the end of it.
Yeah.
Ty Abed again. Clever trickery here from the Dutch side. Tegoland.
I think that's one of the big differences with English football and Dutch football. These Dutch lads don't need to go out on loan because they're playing in the second tier of Dutch football, aren't they? So that's where they're getting their experience against senior players, against some of the other B teams as well. Whereas a lot of the younger lads in English teams, Liverpool, big teams as well, like City, United, Chelsea, the lads will go out on loan to experience that first team football because it's not quite the same level as playing 21s, what the PSV boys are playing in their Dutch league.
Yeah, because we've had some really good results in this competition the past few years, with stronger under-21 teams have played. I remember Liverpool beat, you know, Paris Saint-Germain here. Billy Cometio scored from the halfway line.
Yeah.
With a wonder goal.
Where's Billy
Loved the goalkeeper.
Did Billy Kay go to, was it Dundee?
Gone to Scotland on a permanent deal, so we wish Billy Kay all the best there.
By the way, it could be a little bit moody between him and Stevenson this year. Dundee United. I don't know if they play each other or not.
Yeah, look, Lucas Stevenson got on loan.
It's a big derby game up there, isn't it?
Yeah, wish Luca all the best there. Did well on loan at Barrow last year. Did well in pre-season too. So good move for him. Get some more experience.
I've got poor knowledge of the Scottish leagues. I'm hoping they're in the same league so they can have a battle there. But I'm not sure.
Norris. Don't forget, against PSV back in 2007, remember Stevie G became Liverpool's leading scorer in European Cup competition that night. Since been overtaken by the Egyptian king Mohamed Salah, but he's got a beauty from a Steve Finnan cross in Eindhoven for that one. But is PSV threatening another one here with Abed. Babadi. Good challenge from Pilling. He's got to keep working hard, the young Liverpool team here. Trying to get goal side of Nallo, and Pinnington to the rescue. Pinnington again. Skill here by the centre-back, Bressa. And again the centre-back is got on the end of a move. He started himself.
Yeah, comfortable save in the end, but you can see the importance. If you give the ball away, you have to look after the ball because it's coming straight back. PSV winning the ball back in a good area, and in the end create that opportunity. Trying to loop it over Miscure in the end. He moves his feet nicely to make the save.
Looking forward to Sunday, Mels. You'll be there for us.
Yeah, it's not first time game of the season.
It's the first proper game for Arne Slot at Anfield, isn't it, in many ways?
Yeah, it was nice to be there for the Sevilla game, but I think it'll be an even better atmosphere. I think everyone will be up for it. Great start to beat Ipswich as well. Anfield was a fortress last season. The only game we lost was Palace, and how we lost that game I'll never know. 5-1, 6-1 would have been a more accurate scoreline with how we played that day.
Van der Black. Took his eye off the ball momentarily, gets it back again, does Thomas.
Yeah, Brentford come to town on Sunday without Ivan Toney. Looks like he won't be.
Bars. Miscure did well. Yeah, Fabio Carvalho come off the bench at the weekend against Palace, made his debut.
Did we put it in the deal that he can't play? Probably not. Good win for them. Even though they had a big decision. I don't know if you saw it or not. The Palace decision.
I did, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, felt for Eze.
As a free kick, that was crazy, that.
Good old VAR's back, isn't it? VAR couldn't even get involved because the referee blew his whistle a little bit too early. We had one ourselves, if you remember, first half. Burn should have had a second yellow at 0-0.
Yeah.
I thought he was lucky, the Ipswich boy. It's back, isn't it? The Premier League's back. We love it.
It is. Talking points galore. Absolutely. Thomas showing a clean pair of heels to Miles. Look at him go. He's like lightning. Brilliant save, Cornel Miscure.
Yeah, it needed to be. Yeah, real individual skill from that left-hand side from Thomas. Gliding past a couple of Liverpool players, making it look effortless. In the end, it's a good save from Miscure.
So Liverpool getting ready to make a first change. Ronell Young, the 18-year-old who led the line at the weekend, is going to come on. PSV are going to make a change themselves as well. Double change in PSV. Dante Gilbert, who's from Trinidad and Tobago, is going to come on, if they can get the scoreboard working. And Jevon Simons, who came from Naka Breda. So they're going to take off Emir Bars, who's had a good game, the young Turkey youth international in that number 10 role.
Well, they're taking 11 off Thomas as well. Nearly scored an absolute worldie with his last touch.
Yeah. So that's the changes. So Liverpool going to bring on Ronell Young, who came to the club as an under-12 from Huddersfield. And an injury hit last season. One of his highlights was coming off the bench and scoring an absolute worldie for the under-18s and a draw with Everton at Finch Farm. Ran all the way from his own half and scored. Meanwhile, a corner to PSV. Substitution delayed. And a header. Oh, and it's an own goal. Unaken's header. And right on the goal line. It looked as if it was going to be cleared. But unfortunately, is it Michael Laffey, Neil Mellor?
Yeah, not sure who got the final touch, whether it was going in or not. Come from the set piece. Unneken will claim it, no doubt about that, to try and get his second goal of the game. I just wondered, was it going in as Liverpool tried to clear it off the line? Either way, it's 4-0.
Yeah, it looks like Liverpool are going to take off Jarell Figueroa here and bring on Ronell Young, and Jay Spearing going to come on for Tom Hill. I think because of minutes this really, with Tom Hill, good to see him back. Lee Jonas on for James Norris, and Dominic Corness also going to come on for Liverpool in place of Tommy Pilling. So those changes have been made. We will have another look back at that goal for you, just to clear up the goal scorer. So the changes have been made there for Liverpool. Good to see the wand back out there, Dominic Corness. Here's the corner. I think it is Laffey. You see Laffey's number 8 there is on the goal line. Yeah. Here's the header here. Laffey sticks out a boot. He's trying to clear it away. I don't think that's going in. It's just an unfortunate error.
Yeah.
And it's an own goal by Michael Laffey.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it's not going in.
Well, it's an own goal, but what you would say is, why is nobody challenging the first header? You know, as much as people might say he should clear it, maybe he should deal with it, but we need to challenge that first header. When the cross comes in like that, there has to be more wanting to win that first contact, and it was a free header.
Now they're breaking forward again, leading 4-0. Jay Spearing there at the tender age of 35. Still loves playing on the training ground with the players every day. With his experience, some fresh legs on the experience as well. Dominic Corness, who 21 at Liverpool's academy since the age of 5. Fresh legs with Ronell Young coming on as well. Great to see Lee Jonas back out there, the Scouser, after his injury problems.
I think set pieces, Liverpool have conceded a set piece there. So important in for these young players to learn. And that's what it is, learning from those sort of things.
Now, Ronell Young with an opportunity to run at them. Just a heavy touch. By the way, Mels, there's no way I can talk about that own goal. I fully sympathise with Michael Laffey there. I scored an own goal like that, playing for a Sunday League team in Wallasey years ago.
It happens. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, he'll be gutted, of course he will.
He's trying to clear it with the wrong foot, and it just ends up going into the net. It's one of them, isn't it?
Even some of the best defenders in the world score own goals.
Good
Ask Cara if he's watching. Only joking.
It's good to see Jay snapping into tackles, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Still looking well, still looking fit. And again, I think he's a big influence out there, not just in games like this, but in the dressing room, but also every day on the training pitch, you know, helping these young players learn, develop as they hope to have careers at Liverpool and in the game themselves.
Here's Kelly. And Renell Young is in behind them here. Now, what can Liverpool do here? Young! Good stop. Young again. Kelly. Liverpool easily could have scored there. Renell Young, the substitute.
Yeah, it was a save at the near post. Kelly had a great pass, didn't he? In the path of Young. It was a tight angle. It was good play from Liverpool, winning the ball back, getting it forward, and in the end getting an attempt at goal.
Remember the game against, we played Monaco here in this competition last season, and Jayden Dan scored his first goal for the 21s and then had a controversial equaliser ruled out in stoppage time.
I think it was Quansah who won the ball initially, winning it well there.
Good, made himself look big there, the goalkeeper. Nick Sheeks did well. Good play there by Renell Young, though, lively.
Yeah, it was. And a good pass as well from Kelly in behind to see the run of Young.
Yeah, I know he did a really good unselfish job for the team, Young, at the weekend. Due to unavailability, Barry Lewtas had no choice but to play him as a number 9. We've seen him in the past, he's a winger. But he did well leading the line and played well. Here's Koumas. Scored and grabbed an assist. But with that trusty left peg.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit more energy out there from Liverpool from the subs.
As I say, folks, still got to play Hertha from Berlin, Sparta Prague and Nordsjælland in this competition. So Liverpool's hopes of qualifying out of this group stage, despite the scoreline, still very much alive.
And timing as well. You know, PSV have come here with a strong lineup, wanting to win the game. And the timing for us for this game is, we're not sure what's happening with a lot of the young players.
No, I mean, and as you're saying, further down the line, Liverpool could play one of these other teams in the group and have a much stronger under-21s team.
Yeah, this is my point about the timing. We're not sure what's going on with these young players. Availability for Barry Lewtas, you know, who can play for him, who's going out on loan, those sort of things, who's injured at the moment.
Some nice skill by Kieran Morrison. Laffy, spearing. Kelly.
When I was preparing for this game, Steve, I was thinking, okay, PSV, who've they had some of the great players of PSV back in the day? Here's one for you. They've had one of the best strikers to have ever played the game that played for PSV.
Wow.
Can you think of him?
There they go again. Trying to get another goal. Played wide towards Van der Black. Brazilian.
Ooh. One of the best strikers.
I'll have a guess at this one. Romario.
He's better than Romario. Romario was the top centre for. This lad was better.
He was all right, Romario.
Yeah. This lad was better.
Yeah. Wow.
He went to maybe Barcelona afterwards. Brazilian. Maybe he had too many injuries, but when you talk about some of the best strikers in world football, he played for PSV when he was absolutely unbelievable.
Van der Black.
It's not Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy did play for PSV.
Yeah, he's something.
I wasn't going to pick an ex-Man United player.
He's Eric Ten Hag's assistant now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. That's our next away game, isn't it?
Yeah. Before the international break, would you believe?
Another international break already? Yep. 3 games in?
Already.
like this Brazilian striker. Let's get back to him. PSV, Barcelona, Brazilian. had injuries that sort of curtailed how good he could have been.
It was top notch though.
Top notch.
Yeah. What the Brazilian Ronaldo is.
Yes, it was him.
Wow.
Yes. What a striker he was.
He was superb. I liked him.
PSV.
Yeah, I liked him, yeah. Scored some unbelievable goals. Of course, his mate, Rivaldo, played in that game that you were famous for, Olympiacos, and he scored past Kirky.
Past Kirky, yeah.
You still say Kirky should have saved
No, absolutely not. it was the wall. Whoever was in the wall should have done the job. Yeah. I mean, Rivaldo might have even won a Ballon d'Or, you know. But for me, Ronaldo, the original, was incredible.
Now Spearing. Ooh, just a heavy touch, and here they come again. But Cornel Miscure is there to grab the loose ball. Great to see Jay Spearing playing European football again for Liverpool. I remember Jay coming on in that unbelievable night against Real Madrid when De Sena scored that one.
4-0.
Jay come on, he was brilliant. The reception he got was brilliant.
Brilliant. That was some result, wasn't it? Beating Real Madrid 4-0 at Anfield.
It was the same week as the 4-1 at Old Trafford, that, you know. That was unbelievable. Stevie G and Torres were unstoppable.
4-1 at Old Trafford was great.
Fabio Aurelio's free kick, wow.
We'd take that again, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Should have been 4-1 last year. We just didn't take our chances, did we, in the 2-2 in the end?
Mind you, we put 5 past them at Old Trafford a few years ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Is that the Salah hat-trick?
Yeah, and 7 at Anfield, don't forget.
I think, is he the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premier League at Old Trafford? I think he might be.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
He looked sharp last weekend against Ipswich. Real good sign.
A new Premier League record as well. See, Jamie Vardy got level with the others, by the way. He got 8. He's on 8 now as well. He scored for Leicester.
Okay. He's 37.
Yeah.
Surely he's not going to level Salah next year. If Leicester stay up.
Good run this by Lee Jonas. Kelly. The boys playing for pride, but heads aren't going down. Jake Spearing will make sure that won't be the case. Good ball, good run by Morrison from Corness's pass. Spearing. Young. Still Renell Young. Corness. They're keeping at it, the boys.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I think the subs have helped, you know, in terms of energy. A little bit of aggression out there, wanting to win the tackle. And making sure that, as hurtful as it is at 4-0, it doesn't get any worse than this.
It's a frustrating night for Carter Piddington and the boys, but as I say, this is a good PSV team that come up against. They play in a higher league than Liverpool play in Premier League 2 level. They've played together for quite a while now, the players. We've had 1 or 2 little moments, bit unfortunate not to maybe have scored a goal tonight as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe the closest. Hill's shot was over. Young's was saved.
I know I'm clutching at straws, but I'm always going to do, aren't I? But that early opportunity at 0-0 when you felt could have been a decision taken by the ref there, and it would have been a red card because it was last man.
Another day.
Kyle Kelly through.
Another day. Yeah, I just don't think the ref's seen it.
No,
you know,
I agree.
Maybe the lino could have helped him down this side if he saw it as well. I'm not sure. But sometimes you need the big decisions to go your way, and obviously we knew it was going to be a difficult night anyway, and it's proved to be the case.
Yeah, Ty Ebed got the opener. Jesper Oneken made it 2. Then after a good start to the second half, 5 minutes in, Isaac Babadi made it 3, and then a rather unfortunate goal from a set piece. And Michael Laffey on the line turned it into his own net. Enzo Geertz coming on now for Michael Bresser. The Belgian under-18 international began his youth career at Mechelen. Comes on. And again, their entire team and most of their subs that have come on are all youth internationals for their respective countries. And that's why it's a great examination for these Liverpool players to play against players like that.
Could be one of the toughest games they have all season. It really could be.
Yeah,
with
it will be, won't it?
With the quality of the opposition, the age differences as well. Comfortable in possession of the ball, aren't they? You know, under pressure there, worked it really well to beat Liverpool's press.
There they go again. This time Terence Miles and Morrison defensively. Oh, you can't be doing back heels like that on the edge of your own penalty area. Got to be careful. Nalo taking a chance under real pressure there from Gilbert.
Yeah, I just wonder if Jay Spearing might be having a quiet word there with Morrison. Not there. We need you further up the pitch to be doing that sort of thing.
But you know, when Trent Kone-Doherty gets fit again, hopefully in the next few weeks, that 21s could have an exciting look to it with Kone-Doherty down one side, Morrison down the other. There's plenty of supply line there, isn't there?
Yeah, and we've mentioned it a few times, but when the window closes, we'll have a better idea what the 21s will look like this season. And there'll be some good moments. There'll be some disappointments, like this one tonight, but some good moments. Think back to last season, 4-0 against Everton. That was a good one. Beating Man United at Old Trafford, 3-0 for the 21s.
What a great night that was. Remember that Danzi goal?
That was a great goal. I think that went viral on social media. Must have done. It was an absolute beauty.
Unaiken. Gilbert. Babadi.
But even that 1-0 draw against Benfica last year was a decent result for these young lads, because that was a tough night. They were a much more experienced, older group.
So Barry Lewtas making another change now, and Welity Lucky, who we saw was a regular in the under-18 squad, coming on for Amara Nalo. Now 18, Welity came to Liverpool at under-13 level. He hails from Zaragoza in Spain. Played at the weekend, did well. Welity, which was his first start for the under-21s. So hopefully he can push on. He'll certainly get plenty of game time, Welity. Lucky at this level this season, that is for sure. Cornel Miscure backing his own skill there against Javon Simons. Spearing. Nice turn by Corness. Morrison. Good run in there by Young, that's unlucky. This is Lee Jonas, who's related to our big Liverpool fan Natasha Jonas, who is a world champion, and she got it right on her very own soil in Liverpool. Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Morrison. Because the under-21s back in Premier League 2 action this Saturday, taking on Leicester City. We'll have extended highlights on our channels of that one on Monday. Good play by Jonas, but Renell Young had just run offside. It was tight.
Did look close. Well done to Jonas there. Just got there ahead of the PSV man to play that pass.
And now two more changes coming up. Jordi Bawua and Nicolas Vakusen coming on for PSV for the last 10 minutes for Alphonse Gronendijk's team. And Jesper Unaiken scored a goal at the header, which was an unfortunate own goal from McLaughlin in the end.
Are we not giving him two?
No, he can't have that goal. That's an own goal, isn't it? Even
you tell him.
Even Kirky would tell you, would say to you, Mels, even you wouldn't be claiming that goal. Mind you, knowing you probably would. Yeah. Well, they go again, and they might get another one with a substitute. What a block by Welity Lucky. Threw himself at that challenge. That's a great ball by Koumas, and Ranel Young on the chase, and the goalkeeper, Nick Sheeks, was out of his goal quickly. End-to-end action there.
Well, it's a goal-saving block. I think that's what you would say. It looked like it was from Lucky. As the shot came in. Goal-saving block. In the end, here it is. What a block that is. Really is. PSV champions in the Dutch league last year.
Yep, absolutely. By the way, looking at a Jordi, it reminds me of remember Jordi Brouwer, who led the line for Liverpool reserves years ago. He's still playing, by the way, at the age of 35.
Where's he playing now?
I think he's down in the third tier of Dutch football, I think. Still playing.
I wonder if PSV could be a potential opponent for us in the Champions League this season. No idea how they're going to seed it all, where they are. Qualifying still going on, isn't it, for Champions League at the moment?
As you say, they probably just make it up as they go along.
Yeah. They got beat by Feyenoord in the Johan Cruyff Shield, though. Did you see that? 4-all. Got beat on pens.
Great to have us back in the Europe's top flight competition, though, because, of course, last weekend was the 60th anniversary of Liverpool playing their first ever game in Europe. Unbelievable, that.
We've had some good times. We've had some good times. Hopefully more to come. But yeah, we can look forward to being back in the Champions League this season.
Don't forget, folks, more live academy football coming your way. Saturday lunchtime, 12:30 kickoff. The under-18s first home game of the season against Middlesbrough. Spearing, rolling back the years there. Koumas spotted the keeper off his line. Oh, imaginative from the wand.
Yeah, why not? Goalkeeper was scampering back there. Jay winning the tackle initially. A little look at the man to say, don't be leaving your studs there. And then Koumas having the vision. Just a little bit too much on it in the end. The goalkeeper had it covered anyway. But just a warning, if you're going to be off your line, I might be able to lob you from there.
Good challenge there from Ranel Young. Spearing. Morrison, lovely touch. Morrison, it opens up. Will he go it alone? Morrison! Well, he's kept going. The Northern Ireland under-19 international.
Yeah, kept going. He's nice and bright, sharp in the final third to get his attempt. Well done to Jay Spearing. There's not a lot on when he picks the ball up. Goes past a couple of challenges. Could he have hit it there? Becomes a little bit tight at the angle. Could he have gone across goal? Tries to beat the goalkeeper on his near post.
You know, still only 17, playing against a lot of players in this PSV team who are more experienced than he is. Pennington wanted a flag. Eventually it does go up against Verkusen.
I still don't like that. Do you know, when you look at the line as if to say he's miles offside, and then 15 yards later when he touches it, the flag goes up.
Phil Thompson was going crazy with us at the weekend with that rule. There was a number of times, wasn't it?
Don't like that rule. Surely they'll change it eventually. Somebody's blatantly offside.
Lovely composure by Koumas.
Because then the free kick's where he touched the ball rather than where he's offside.
You can see already, can't you, the difference. He was on restricted minutes tonight after playing the full 90 at the weekend, but Koumas just got that cool head in tight situations, hasn't he? Gilbert. Gets.
Yeah, I think PSV have eased off as well. You know, they've made a number of subs themselves. 4-0 up enabled them to do that.
As you say, this will be one of Liverpool under-21's toughest tests of the season, this game. Oh, whipped across goal there from Van der Black. Certainly could have gone anywhere, that one. Spearing. Terence Miles. Laffy's after it. Is that what you call a J cruncher, by the way?
I think you say he knows what he's doing. Yeah, just sort of left one on him there. This was the ball, wasn't it? In from the right hand side, they work it well out to this right hand side. Fizzed across. It's in that sort of area where if they've got someone attacking it, be tapping for them.
It's been a tough one, but been a good learning curve for the boys, this one. A few new players settling into life with the 21 squad that we'll see on a regular basis this season. A number of regulars who could have played missing for a number of reasons. PSV with the set piece. Cleared away initially by Renell Young.
Yeah, painful night for the young lads, but it's about learning. You know, like you say, they won't come up against a tougher test than this all season. But kept going. The heads haven't dropped despite the disappointment in the scoreline.
But again, you would say on this evidence, I mean, PSV will probably fancy the chances of reaching a third successive final if they keep the nucleus of their squad together. Good tackle by Spearing. Can Liverpool get one back near the end? Renell Young. A lot of space out wide for Morrison. Can he produce a bit of quality? Lovely turn. Unlucky.
He is unlucky, yeah. He's got the shot away. It's ricocheted back against him. Encouraging. Liverpool trying to break forward, but PSV get players back really well defensively.
Remember that ball in the Youth Cup against Arsenal he produced for the Koumas header? You were purring about that last year, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Had some good moments in that last year.
Yeah. And like
7 against Arsenal here on this pitch.
They're still, some of them are still so young out there, Steve. They really are, like you say, at 17. You know, to be playing against lads that are 3 years older in development, you know, tactically learning the game, physically, you know, as well. It's a tough challenge for the lads.
And you'll say this, won't you, Mel's, as a former player, you can learn a lot from this experience tonight.
Well, you have to. There's no point in hiding away from it, because painful nights happen in football, whatever level you play at. If you want to improve as a player, you have to learn. A fourth goal, set pieces, you can't be giving people free headers, you know, any level of football.
2 minutes to go here in the opening group game of the Premier League International Cup. Gilbert going for goal, and Miscure at the second attempt grabbing it, the 17-year-old.
Yeah, he's had to make a few saves tonight. I think the best one he made was the one from Thomas. I thought that was probably the best he's had tonight. I think this one, you'd expect to see him save this one. Did it take a slight deflection? I think it did on its way. Got up quickly to make sure he got the rebounds.
So the ups and downs of youth football. A brilliant performance and a win against Manchester City in Premier League 2 opening day on Saturday. Disappointing night here with one or two regulars missing, a few like Jayden Dans, Oakley Cannonier, Josh Davidson, Trent Kone-Doherty, Isaac Mabea injured and working their way back. But good minutes again for the likes of Tom Hill, who got through back-to-back games for the first time in a long while. They're trying to break here. Good defending by Lee Jonas. Getting back against Verkusen.
Yeah, and timed his challenge. You know, he may have been tempted to have made it a little bit earlier. Could have conceded a penalty, but timed it well.
And Jonas again, stopping Simons, breaking away.
I don't think we'll see a lot of added on time. Did you see Sean Dyche press conference? He said, "Why are you putting 8 minutes on? We're losing 3-0. Just keep it down to 2 or 3 minutes." That was his argument. So I'm expecting like literally a couple of minutes there. If we see 6 minutes, can't be seeing that, surely.
Well, another set piece for PSV. Simons. Gets A very windy night here in Kirkby. So added time. Sum it up for us, Mels.
Painful at times for the young players, coming up against older lads, more experienced players.
It's only 3 minutes, by the way.
3 minutes, sensible. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But these are the sort of occasions we knew at times this season, because of the timing of this game with players available and that sort of thing. You know, you're going to have these sort of nights, and it's about keeping your head, learning from it. Not enjoyable games at all for the young players to play in. But it is about learning for the development.
And that's why our academy director, Alex Inglethorpe, Barry Lewtas, wants these challenges for the players playing against European opposition, getting used to different styles, different formations, different tactics.
Are we going to see a shot coming in here from
Dominic
Quansah?
Quansah. You never know in the Kirkby wind. He did score 2 goals direct from corners, I remember.
He fancies
the
it.
under-18s.
He's fancying it, isn't he?
So Dominic Quansah right at the end. Just couldn't quite get it down.
No, he fancied it. Got it over the wall. Couldn't get it down in time to trouble the goalkeeper. Did Jay say unlucky, or I'll take the next one?
So still to play against Hertha from Berlin, of course, Sparta Prague and Nordsjælland. All the games played in England. It's the top 2 from each group, and 2 best third-place teams make the quarter-finals. So despite this result, all is certainly not lost as far as the competition is concerned. As we said before, Liverpool teams playing against all the others in this competition. You might have stronger Liverpool teams, you just don't know what's going to happen in terms of the loan window, who stays, who goes. But a disappointing night results-wise, but a great learning experience for these young players. Beaten 4-0 though, Liverpool, by PSV Eindhoven's second team in the opening game of the Premier League International Cup. Israel Youth International Tai Abed cut inside to net the opener. Jesper Unaken doubled the lead. Then after a good start in the second half when Tom Hill went close, Isaac Babardi ran through to score. And then a rather unfortunate own goal. Michael Laffey bundled the ball in from a corner kick. In the end, Liverpool give it everything. Kieran Morrison getting experience. The likes of Cornel Miscure, the goalkeeper, Cayrel Figueroa, Kyle Kelly, making the first starts, really, for the under-21s. But overall, Neil Mellor, it's a night of big learning curves.
Yeah, absolutely. Disappointment from a Liverpool point of view. Credit has to go to PSV. I thought they were really impressive. They showed that experience, certainly a lot more than a youthful Liverpool side tonight. Disappointment, of course, with the scoreline, but lots to learn.
Yeah, lots to learn going forward. As I say, qualification is certainly still not out of the equation. Certainly plenty more football to come. But for the likes of Cornel Miscure and the boys, they'll take a lot from the experience of playing in this competition. Thanks for your company as always, folks. Better times to come. But tonight it finished Liverpool under-21s 0, PSV 4.